What is up, everybody? Welcome in to the Bat Flip, where we discuss everything baseballs. I'm Landon Raby. With me, Duece Thomas, talking about Tennessee and their sweep over Albany. Sorry, Albany. Just had to happen. Outscoring them 41-11 in the series. Just a lot of hits, a lot of home runs, great defense, great pitching against a weak competition. In the Great Danes. Awesome name, not a great baseball team. But really love what I saw this weekend. Before we get into everything, I do want to mention a great friend of the show, and that's Albany Farms Golf Course in beautiful Rockford, Tennessee. Just a great 18-hole course. Some water that I've donated some balls to, but a great course to just get better at the game, hang out with the boys, or just get away. Whatever you need to do, go check out Albany Farms golfcourse.com. Is that right?
AlbanyFarmsGolf.com.
Gotcha. Okay. Go do that. Book your tee time today, and just make it your home golf course. It's my home golf course. Go do that today, and check them out. We appreciate them sponsoring the show. So go check them out. All right, let's get into it. Again, just a great weekend of baseball back in Lindsey Nelson. You saw a lot of people play, a lot of young guys. You saw the kind of mainstays in this lineup. You saw the lineup kind of shift throughout the weekend. And that's what Tony Vitello loves to do. I think he just wants to keep everybody in clubhouse on their toes and just have a different lineup each and every day. And, it seems to be working. So whatever they're doing, just keep doing that. But love the new renovations. I think it looks great. It just has that, just that enclosed feel to make it, just the atmosphere that much better. So really love that. And just really love just getting to eat some nachos again. But Duece, what did you think about the weekend as a whole?
Yeah, you got to see everything that you kind of wanted to see. You took care of business throughout the week, especially the weekend. Got to see a lot of young guys, which is great because you're going to need them down the stretch. Mm-hmm. And the earlier you can get them out there and get them comfortable, the better. So you did that this weekend, and you took care of business. We destroyed the baseball. We pitched well, but when you're hitting the ball like that, you don't have to pitch too great. Mm-hmm. But we did. We handled it, took care of business, and it's what you wanted to see.
Yeah, and you mentioned some young guys, and one that just stands out is Dean Curley.
Oh my goodness,
stud. Absolute stud, looks the part. I'm not sure what he's listed at, but he's just a big kid. Just kind of filled out already. Just looks like a big league shortstop. So smooth in the middle infield there, and then also can drop some tanks. And it's just pretty awesome to see because I don't think Tennessee hasn't had that ever. Not that I know of.
No.
Had a shortstop that can just drop some tanks. Andre Lipsy has played shortstop for a little bit, but was probably more of a true third baseman. Dean Curley is a true shortstop that can drop absolute bombs. He was knocking the cover off the baseball this weekend. Did get hit in the head with a 88-mile-an-hour fastball today. Don't like to see that, but apparently he is kind of okay. I think they're going to be cautious with him, probably go through concussion protocol, whatever you have to do. But nothing looks bad. It doesn't look like it's going to linger or anything like that. So definitely want to get him back. And, I think he has to be your mainstay at shortstop for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. We were talking about it earlier today. He has that look. Mm-hmm. He just already, and it's crazy to think how young he is, but he does have a major league body. He's got a major league swing, and he's got, major league talent right there in the middle infield.
Yeah. And, some more young guys that kind of stood out to me. Derek Schaefer, I thought he looked good on the mound. Dylan Lloyd looked good on the mound. You got to throw a lot of guys, and that's why Tony Vitello doesn't like to do the run rule, is because you get to see kind of what you got in some of those guys that are on the roster, get them in situations that they probably wouldn't normally pitch in on a weekend. And, just kind of figure out. And that's what he loves to do. Like, last year, the Jared Dickey started center field for us, game one. He was not going to be the center fielder when we finished the year. So, I mean, like, you get to find out exactly who you have, what you have, who your gamers are throughout this non-conference stretch, and then SEC play, it tightens up and it's time to go. You just got to go out there and lace them up. And I'm loving the bats right now. And it seems like on today or Sunday that he wanted to see what he had with all the bats. He had Dalton Bargo and Robin Villeneuve in the outfield. I don't know if they're true outfielders, but when you're winning, when you're going to probably run rule a team, I guess it really doesn't matter who you have out there. But you got to have those bats in your lineup, or at least, right off the bench, you can pitch hit in, a number of different places like a Dalton Bargo and Robin Villeneuve had. And they had two phenomenal weekends this weekend with just hitting the ball. I mean, I think they both had 5 RBIs apiece. I think Robin Villeneuve was 4 for 6, didn't play on Friday night, but played Saturday and Sunday. And, he led the JUCO in home runs last season. He could lead the SEC in home runs. I mean, he's that good with the bat.
Yeah. He takes an absolute hack at it, too. I love it. He does not get cheated up there at the plate.
Yeah, no, I think it's one of those things where, he doesn't look great running, but he's got that trot down. So, like,
we'll take it.
If you don't like to run, just hit out of the park. You don't have to run. You just trot around the bases. So I think that's why he hits a lot of home runs, because he just enjoys the little trot he has to do around the bases, get back in the dugout and wait for his next at bat.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, just not a whole lot this weekend. Like you said, taking care of business is the main thing you want to see. From a team like Albany, who's not great competition. Pitching wise, and I know AJ Russell was dealing with some soreness. That's why he didn't go back in the game, I think, after the 3rd inning on Friday night. But man, like, it's okay. Like, if he's feeling a little sore, hey, you can be cautious right now. You don't need him to throw a ton of pitches. You don't need to wear them out. Sure, you want to see him go a few innings, and I guess if you have like huge aspirations on like what goals you want to accomplish, maybe you want to see those guys pitch a little more, get some of those strikeouts and that ERA down, or you're able to see kind of what you have. But AJ Russell's, we saw last Friday night how good he can be.
Yeah.
You don't have to really see it against Albany.
No, like, and it's kind of like the Dean Curley thing. I mean, I know now with concussions and stuff, you've really got to be cautious about it, but maybe if it's a close game, he's fine. He gets up, goes first, and checks out, and he stays in the game. But like you said, right now, don't take any risk. It's Albany, and you've got a a little bit before you get into some serious games that are going to matter. So while you can, take care of people as much as you can.
Yeah, and I'm loving this. This freshman class is disgusting.
Yes.
With Dean Curley, I know Ariel Antigua is a guy that they, really love in that middle infield too. He's dealing with an injury right now. You have those guys. You have Dalton Bargo is a sophomore. Cannon Peebles is a sophomore. Like, you have a ton of young guys that are going to be here next year as well. You have guys like Matthew Dallas. I mentioned Derek Schaefer already. Austin Hundley is another one that you can see and is going to have a bright future at Tennessee. I'm just loving what I see recruiting wise. Like, you really get to see, like, this team's really good and they have a lot of good players, but they're also playing a lot of young guys too. Like, this program isn't going anywhere is what I'm trying to say. It's here to stay.
Yeah. It's like, I think you said it last week, where every position there's someone on your heels, and it's taken us a while to get to that point, but it's great to see it. Just like this weekend, you got to see so many guys. I mean, I had to look up half of them just to make sure I was saying names right and positions right.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing. And they come in and they don't look like freshmen. They look comfortable. But yeah, I mean, you love to see it. It's just, all in all, it was a great weekend. Exactly what you want out of this competition. And just keep rolling with it.
Yeah, love what I'm seeing from Kavaris Tears too. I mean, it just seems like what makes this team so dangerous is, like, you have to watch out for guys that you have to watch out for. Blake Burke, you can't make a mistake. Billy Amick can't make a mistake. Christian Moore can't make a mistake. Once you get through those three guys, you're hoping like, okay, I made it through those. Like I'm good now. And then you have to worry about guys like a Dylan Dreiling, Kavaris Tears, Dalton Bargo, Robin Villeneuve. I mean, Hunter Inslee. Those guys like can take you deep too.
Yeah.
So like I feel like that's what's gonna make this team so dangerous is like there's not really a break in the lineup for opposing pitchers at all.
Nope.
I mean, the one swing of the bat, I mean, that could be 3 runs, 4
Yep.
runs.
Easy.
And that's what you saw this weekend, where it's just like Tennessee was able to score in bunches because they were able to draw a walk here, get a hit here, and then have a guy clear them.
Yeah.
And you love to see that. You love to see somebody you love a great offensive line. They clear a path. I feel like it's kind of what this lineup is. They're just clearing the bases each and every time they're up.
Yeah. And I think we've decided we're a 3rd/4th inning kind of team.
Yeah, I think it takes a little bit to figure it out, especially if an opposing pitcher's throwing 70 miles an hour. Yeah, it takes us a little bit to wait on it. Famous words of every baseball coach ever is wait on it, wait on it.
Yep.
We finally got it. We finally waited on it.
Oh yeah. Just to kind of hit on some more things, I think Burke seeing that one go over the fence, I think that really kind of got his confidence rolling.
Yeah.
He kind of seemed like he was more comfortable at the plate. I know earlier in a few games, he was just kind of chasing, kind of first pitch swinging on, off speed pitches that I guess he was, thinking fastball. But after he got that one to creep over the wall, it looked like he was just a lot more comfortable. I don't know exactly how many hits he had this weekend, but I know he had a couple doubles. I mean, he's just staying on the ball, and it's good to see because I mean, you need him, and just confidence is huge in baseball, and I think it's finally starting to grow for him a little bit.
Yeah, and I know people are saying like he's struggling a little bit. I mean, he's batting .310. I mean, a guy
really
that
struggling.
Yeah, and I think he already has 4 doubles on the year already. Christian Moore has 5. They're swinging it. Robin Villeneuve is batting .583 right now. Only has 12 at bats, but he's batting .583. Christian Moore .464. Dalton Bargo .400. Kavaris Tears .391. I mean, these guys are raking right now.
Yeah.
Again, it is Albany, but last weekend they were doing it too, and we had some good competition. Is it maybe SEC level competition? Maybe not every SEC team, but yeah, sure. Texas Tech could probably do okay in the SEC. It wasn't like you played Albany the last 8 games.
Right.
You played 3. Yeah, you did take care of business, but yeah, these guys are raking right now. And again, like I talked about on more important issues, it was like a lot of people were like, oh, the pitching just isn't as good as it has been. Well, I mean, teams aren't scoring a lot.
No.
And if you're able to average 10 runs a game,
exactly.
Sign me up. We're winning.
It doesn't have to be great.
No. And I think they have quality arms. I don't think that is a glaring weakness.
No.
Something that I did think going from last weekend to this week, how are we able to hit with runners in scoring position? We did it.
We took care of it.
Even today, like 3-2 counts with bases loaded, I know that's tough to do. But hey, like fight it off, get you a walk, get you hit something, put the ball in play.
Yeah.
Don't strike out with the bases loaded. Tennessee was able to get in a couple runs with the bases loaded. You got to capitalize on those opportunities, and it seemed like all weekend, again, weaker competition. I know. But you gotta practice.
Exactly.
So you got to do that. It's going to set you up for, when you do get deep into SEC play and in postseason run.
Yeah, no, I agree. We just look comfortable in the box. We're not really chasing, making them pitch to us. And, I mean, that's where the runs are coming from. You're getting on base, putting it in play, like the ETSU game. and even a couple games this weekend, situations where we just put it in play and they couldn't make the play, and you end up scoring runs.
Yeah. We've hit 15 home runs already in 8 games.
That's nuts. And they
And
want to talk about the small park. We played in a Major League Baseball stadium.
yeah. I was about to say, I mean, some of those were in a Major League Baseball stadium, and a lot of those would have been out in any stadium in the country.
Oh, majority of the home runs this weekend would have been going anywhere.
Yeah, they weren't wall scrapers. They were
No.
absolute tanks.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you had Saturday, you had Kavaris Tears and Robin Villeneuve clear the batter's eye, dead center.
It's a bomb.
Yeah.
BB core bats too.
Yeah, I love it. I love the sound of it. It just sounds right. Sounds good. Baseball's here. I don't love the cold. Saturday, no. I got to go to the game. It was a little chilly, but got some nachos, got the blood flowing. It just felt like it's baseball, and it's not. I feel like it's not truly baseball until basketball is over with, and then it's like, or I guess SEC play is when baseball is like, okay, it's here.
Yeah,
we're in it. But yeah, again, not a lot for this weekend because you had to take care of business. You did that. You got the sweep. That's all that matters. That's what you're in there to do. Get the sweep, get it out, get a lot of guys some looks, and continue to kind of build what you got. Keep guys healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like for the most part, we did all those things.
Yeah, we did. You got to see a lot of arms, a lot of at bats from guys that, probably wouldn't have got the opportunity had we played, a little stronger competition. But that's what the early season's for.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to see a lot, and you've got to be excited. Like you said, you love the freshman class. You've got to be excited for the younger guys.
Yeah, we'll see what we do against High Point. That'll be on Tuesday.
Who did they beat? They beat an SEC school, didn't they? Earlier this year.
Was it Ole Miss?
It may have been Ole Miss, which I don't. I know at one point they were 2-4.
Okay, yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at their schedule real quick. They are 2-6. Ooh, wow.
This is High Point?
Yeah, they did beat. Who did they beat? They did beat Ole Miss on Friday. But then they lost 12-2 and 25-2 on Sunday.
Hey-o.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, if that's their Sunday guy, good God, I can't imagine who they're throwing Tuesday, but whatever. I mean, I love that we're scoring in bunches. Like hitting is contagious, and I feel like there is validity to that, especially this weekend where Tennessee scores on Friday. They score 5 in the third and 3 in the seventh. Let's see what else. And then on Sunday, they scored 6 in the sixth and 3 in the first. I think they scored 9 in the third on Saturday. Is that right?
I think you're right.
Yeah, 9 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth, and 5 in the sixth, 3 in the eighth. I mean, it just seems like crooked numbers. If we're putting up runs, we're putting up multiple runs. And I love to see us scoring in bunches like that. It sucks for the pitchers because they have to wait so long to get back out there. I think that's the reason why Drew Beam didn't go out there for another inning. I think he had a huge wait in that fourth inning to go out to the fifth. And then he goes to the fifth. Well, he has to wait another, 30 minutes before he's able to pitch again. So they ended up taking him out. But just love to see that. Love to see the lineup produce like that. And, when you do have options in the bullpen, it just boosts everybody's confidence. Like, okay, like game's in the bag. Like I can go out there and have no pressure on me. And I know you want guys to pitch in some high pressure situations, but you also don't want to be in those high pressure situations if you don't have to be.
Exactly.
So let's get in I do have a kind of a bone to pick a little bit. Drew Beam not wearing the creams is just not my favorite thing at
I
all
agree.
time.
I agree.
I'd like to maybe have a. I mean, I got it right here. Cream.
It should be permanent for him.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Even if everybody else wears a different uniform, just have him out there in the cream.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We heard it forever. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Let's keep it the same. I know it probably wasn't his. He pitched fine. It probably wasn't his best outing. I think he would say that. But I think some of it has to go to like he's pitching in orange. It doesn't make any sense. I don't care if it's not on Sunday. Beam is in the cream every time.
Yeah.
I don't care what day of the weekend it is. He's wearing it. If you want an automatic win, there it is for you. There's my advice. Let's go MVPs.
Okay.
I don't have a lot else. Do you have anything else for the weekend that you want to kind of discuss?
No, not really. There really wasn't too much. Kind of back-to-back weekends of not having too much to go over. Just happy to see what we saw.
Yeah, I do love a lot of the. I thought the defense played well again. I'm not sure on the errors that we had. I'm checking that right now. I think we had one on the weekend.
It's pretty. I mean, that's solid.
One error on the weekend,
and some web gems in right field.
Yeah,
a couple of them.
I just can't believe Kavaris Tears had one. I mean, he's just a freaking stud. It's unreal.
Yeah, he is.
We're smooth in the infield. Blake Berg's playing a heck of a first base. Didn't let a whole lot of runners run on us, so that was nice to see. I don't know if that's something that we've worked on, but it doesn't seem like they're stealing and maybe that was just because a lot of them was on Dolander and he was slow to the plate, but he also struck a lot of people out, so it didn't matter.
True.
But I just love seeing the defense right now. I think that's just going to continue to help you, continue to take pressure off pitchers, continue to put more pressure on opposing batters. Like, okay, you could barrel something up, but if it's going to somebody, you're out.
Yeah.
And it just seems like right now we're kind of a sure thing in the infield and the outfield right now.
Yeah, and I mean, even our pitchers are fielding their position well. We've made multiple plays so far this season that are very tough plays that we made look pretty routine.
Yeah. Aaron Combs didn't even use a glove the other day. He used his bare hand. It's like, what? Yeah, maybe don't do that, but also, like, if you do it, like, that's pretty badass.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. Also love getting Xander the start on Sunday. I thought he pitched well. Kind of a bullpen game.
Yeah.
Played Nate Snead, Andrew Binky, Kirby to one batter. I love that Tony Vitello does that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a Frank Anderson thing or Tony Vitello, but the whole just like putting one pitcher in for one specific batter, I think it's just mind games, number one.
Oh, yeah.
And
we gave up, one hit the whole game Sunday?
One hit, yeah. One hit. That's crazy.
It was early. Yeah. I think it was really early in the game.
Let's go MVP.
Okay.
Did I go first last time or did you go first?
I
think I went first. I think you're up.
I'm going to go with Tears.
Okay.
Kavaris. My man. He just kind of Mr. Reliable right now. He just looks super comfortable at the plate. Filled his position well. Went 4 of 10 this weekend, 5 RBIs. A guy batting 400 throughout the weekend. You got to be happy with that. Make you a lot of money in the majors. But yeah, it just feels like anytime you need, a base hit or a sac fly or just something to go your way and he steps up to the plate, you feel like he's going to do it for you.
Yeah, and he's not just a hitter either. Dude can play a position.
Yeah, he can.
So
yes, he can.
Super solid. Also has a freaking cannon, and he's built like a brick shit house. I mean, just chiseled.
Yeah, he is.
Unreal. Yeah. I mean, I would hate to do his workouts, but also would like to see it from afar because I don't want any part of it. But I'm sure they are insane. I would hate to know how much he benches. I would hate to know.
I couldn't make it through the warm up, so
No, be dead. My MVP is going to be Robin Villeneuve, the Canadian JUCO guy. Led the junior college in home runs last season, and man, I mean, dude's set. Dude can absolutely swing it. 4 for 6 on the weekend. Only played 2 games. Didn't play on Friday night. But that's around 67, or I think 667 is what he batted on the weekend. 5 RBIs, 5 runs, 2 bombs, and 2 walks. And again, just another bat in your lineup that you want to have. And it's just such a luxury to have guys that like can hit like that, because you have guys like Simo and Billy Amick and Tears and guys like that are going to get on base. And if you have guys like toward the bottom of your lineup, or middle bottom, that 6-7 range that can clear the bases like that with finds barrels. I think he only had 1 strikeout on the weekend too. So keep that strikeouts to a minimum. Let's have more home runs and strikeouts. That's what I want to see. And he did that this weekend. And I'm just really liking what I see from him. I think he's got to be a bat in your everyday lineup going forward.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, we'll get you guys out of here. Thank y'all for listening to episode 2 of the Bat Flip. We'll be back next Monday at 7:00. And thank y'all for listening. Have a good week.